Today, Van Gogh works sell for hundreds of millions of dollars and he is a very household name. But that perspective was not always had, not even by his author. So in this video, we will talk about the life of Vicent Van Gogh, his styles of art, and what are his most important works. Vicent Van Gogh, for whom color was the main symbol of expression, was born on March 30 in 1853 in Groot-Zonder in the Netherlands. Anna Cornelia Carventus, mother of Vicent and the Reverend Theodorus Van Gogh of the Protestant Church, father of the child. They didn't know that this child would be tormented by his severe mental imbalance for most of his life. Died by his own hands and changed and developed the art perspective for the rest of the story. His life will be one uncertainty and madness, centered on the need to find a niche and his undeniable love of art. Vicent's family consisted of his three sisters, Elizabeth, Anna, and Will, two brothers, Theo and Cor, and his parents. During his earliest years, Van Gogh was a silent child with little attention to art or artistic qualities. The pastor's sons raised in a refined and religious atmosphere, Vicent was very emotional and lacking in self-confidence. In 1880, when he finally decided to be an artist, Van Gogh had two unsuitable and unhappy loves and had worked unsuccessfully as a bookstore clerk, art dealer, and preacher in the Leeuw Baranage, a poor mining region in Belgium, where he was fired for overzealousness. He stayed in Belgium to study art, dedicated to giving happiness by creating beauty. The works of this early period in Holland are dark toned, highly illuminated genre paintings, of which the most famous is the Potato Eaters. In the 1886, he went to Paris to join his brother Theo, the director of the Goupil Gallery. In Paris, Van Gogh studied with Corman inevitable, met Pissarro, Manet, and Gauguin, and began to shed more light on his very dark palette and paint in the short brush strokes of the Impressionists. His nervous temperament made him a difficult partner, and arguments that lasted all night, combined with painting all day, affected his health. He decided to go to Arles, where he hoped to open an art school with his friends. At the end of 1888, after an incident, Gauguin had to leave Arles. Van Gogh chased him with a blade and was stopped by Gauguin, but part of his own ear was cut off. Van Gogh's life began to alternate between attacks of madness and lucidity. Van Gogh was sent to the asylum at Saint Remy for his treatment. In May 1890, he felt much better and went to live in Bois-sur-Oise under the watchful eye of Dr. Gachet. He died 2 months later when he shot himself for the good of everything. During his brief career, he sold only one painting. Van Gogh's fine works were produced in less than 2 years by a technique that grew more and more passionate in the brushwork, in symbolic and intense color, in surface tension, and in the movement and vibration of form and line. Van Gogh's inevitable fusion of form and content is powerful, dramatic, rhythmic, imaginative, and emotional. The artist was completely absorbed in the effort to explain his struggle against his madness or in understanding the spiritual essence of man of and nature. Van Gogh's art styles. Dark palette. Van Gogh's works from his early Dutch period focus on the lives of peasants and the working poor. He uses strong lighting techniques in the paintings, alongside a dark, earth-toned palette that the Van Gogh gallery cites suggests a melancholic atmosphere as seen in the Potato Eaters. Impressionism. When Van Gogh began studying art in Paris, he met Gauguin, Pissarro, and Monet. In France, the artist began to lighten his palette and painting with brief brush strokes. The Art Movement's website uh, described Impressionism as a style in which color and vibrancy are the focus. The artist captured the images using vivid colors rather than painting in detail. Expressionism. Van Gogh's art also embodies the highly emotional style of Expressionism, according to art movements instead of objective reality. Expressionists represented subjective emotions and response elicited by objects and events. In this style, the artist transmits his interpretation and perception of the world around us through his art. Puntillism. Van Gogh employed a short undulating brush stroke in his paintings and modified for pointillism that gave his painting a flamboyant sense of movement. Art movement says that this method of applying color or brushstrokes developed from the Impressionist movement, and the use of small dots of color gave the technique a sense of vibrancy when viewed from a distance. Filing. The Van Gogh gallery cites that Van Gogh painted a series of cypress trees, wheat fields, blooming orchards, and florals using painted impasto. These works include orchards in bloom, olive, olive trees with the alpines, cypress uh, with filled with cypresses, and the starry night. According to the MTATE easel website, this painting technique uses densely textured paint, which produces a visible impression from each brush stroke. MTATE easel says that this method of painting can be explained as a sculpture and canvas, and that the strokes can be more important than the subject of the subject. Some of the most important works of Van Gogh are The Potato Eaters, Coffee at Night, Coffee Terrace at Night, The Sunflowers, The Bedroom in Airless, The Starry Night, Self-Portrait with Bandage, Ear and Easel, and Old Man in Pain, or At the Door of Eternity. We thought about Vicent Van Gogh is one of the best painters that ever lived, and also one who always fought against his madness.